My main interest in research is the balance between plankton photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis takes up CO2 from the ocean, and respiration produces CO2 that is released to the water, and then there are interchanges with the atmosphere. So the balance between photosynthesis and respiration controls the contribution of the marine biota to the CO2 cycle in the ocean and to the interchanges with the atmosphere, and then it contributes to controlling climate. No? So it is something that we want to know, and we know relatively well what controls primary production, but we know very little of how respiration varies in the ocean and what controls respiration. And then it becomes very difficult to predict how the contribution of the marine biota to the climate will change in the future while the climate is changing. You know? So our main focus is to study this, and we've been doing this with observations in the field and with trying to test our empirical observations and the hypotheses derived from the observations in the field with experiments in different environments, in Vigo, in our own research facilities, but also in very different, very contrasting environments to test the validity of these predictors for net community production. You know? So we have been working in Mesocosm experiments in Crete, in the Eastern Mediterranean, that is very, very oleotrophic. And now we wanted to come here because this is another, Baltic is another completely different ecosystem with different organisms, but particularly with different biogeochemistry that plays a key role in these balances. So there are two reasons why we were very interested to come here. One is the peculiarities of the Baltic Sea, with lots of organic matter, these blooms of cyanobacteria and things that we don't have in Vigo. And the other one is your expertise and the equipment that you have to monitor changes in community composition, which is very interesting to compare with our changes in community functioning based on the metabolic rates. So, and so far we've been, I think, very successful on this.
I think that this access program in AQUACOSM-plus is a very good opportunity by several reasons. One of them is the possibility of conducting experiments in different facilities with different conditions, in different ecosystems from the one that you are working in. It's also a very good opportunity to know how people work in other institutions with other systems. Coming here is impressive because of the high automatization of the Mesocosm facility. And also because of the possibility of working with researchers from different institutions. I think that this is a very good opportunity to establish a first contact, to discover other people with similar interests in research, and that it opens the door for future collaborations, both between facilities, but also with the other TA researchers.
They provide a fantastic opportunity to close a gap that is very difficult for research. There are some research questions that require investigation in very contrasting environments and with different groups of people. And then you can reach this by getting European funding, which is very difficult for, it is mainly focused on very large consortia and not focused on very specific research questions, small ones. But also national funding is difficult when you try to get these international collaborations. So there is a gap in between national funding and European funding that is very nicely covered by this transnational access that provides you access to international research with your own resources. And then I think it is the synergy of this is fantastic, it's very good in terms of research management and in producing new opportunities to test hypotheses and make observations that you cannot do from home alone. No?